Are you a leader? That's what today's video is about. Because most of us, if we're asked, are we a leader? We would say probably, no, not really, right? And the reality is, there's a way in which we can all be leaders. And I'm going to share that in today's video. Welcome, I'm Kim Marie. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you've been watching me for a while, and make sure that you're aware of when the new videos come out by clicking the notification bell. And it really does help the channel. It helps this information get out there. So I would love to have you subscribing and interacting in the comments. You can even start by answering that question. Are you a leader? Do you see yourself as a leader? Why or why not? Well, I want to start with looking at how is a leader defined, okay? And one of my favorite definitions that I came across was to cause to go with oneself, all right? Which I think is pretty amazing in the sense that if we divide that word oneself into one's self, capital S self, right? This channel is all about helping women to align with their true self, their true nature, to live that authentic life that they want. And so if we think of leadership as causing to go with one's self, capital S self, your true nature, right? Then we are ultimately, we are all leaders. We're all moving toward that concept of self-leadership, where we are learning to align with and go with our true nature, our true self, okay? The other cool thing about the word leader is it has the word led in it. Led has to do with weight, right? So I love this idea that when we're in a leader position, right? When we are stepping into our true inner leader or self-leader, we are weighted with our true self. We are embodying our true self. We are living it, okay? Another aspect of leadership is the concept of being a way shower, right? We're able to show others the way or a way that they may not have otherwise known, okay? And we could also say a leader is someone who brings forth something, right? Which is really about being able to create. We're all here to be creators. The question is, what are we going to create? And what is it that we're being called to create? Maybe that's in alignment with our true self, that our true self came here to create. So that means ultimately that everyone is a leader in the moment that it's their turn to lead. And everyone is a leader at all moments in their own life, right? Being the leading character of your own life story. So what that looks like is the remembering that you can do something better than I can, and I can do something better than you can. And in that moment, when I'm sharing with you or showing you a way to do something that you aren't aware of, right? I'm a leader. And in the moment when you're doing that for me, you're a leader. And we learn to listen and follow one another, but also lead one another. It's this beautiful dance of being able to honor. This is much more aligned with feminine leadership, when all people are encouraged to step into their leadership role in the moment that they are needed, right? That everyone is valued for their unique gifts, and that those unique gifts are given a space to shine, a space to express, right? And we all have the capacity to lead, especially when we are aligned with our true self and we are practicing self-leadership. And that is ultimately the most important, because there's a very subtle way in which we lead. And that is that when we are aligned with our true self, we lead by example. We show up, we honor our truth, we're in integrity, we're being authentic, we're speaking what we need, we're not selling our soul for something just to get that, and we're also not playing small. It has a lot to do with my favorite definition of humility, which is being all that you are and nothing you are not. That is really where true leadership comes to play, when we can step into that place of being fully aligned with our true self, to go with our true self. That's what it means to be a self-leader. So when I ask you the question, are you a leader? The answer should be yes for all of us, if we're truly aligning with our true self. So that's really the question to ask, you know, in what ways are you feeling off? In what ways are you feeling misaligned somehow? What ways are you questioning, gosh, how did I get here? What am I doing with my life? And I invite you to schedule a call with me. There's a link in the description to explore that more if you're struggling with that and wondering, like, how can I do this more authentically? Or maybe you are a leader in a leadership position, but you're not feeling satisfied. You're successful but feeling dissatisfied and wondering why, and recognizing that maybe there's a part of you that's not quite aligned with that true self, with that true nature that is there. And I guarantee you, even if you are in a leadership role as defined by our conventional culture, if you start aligning with your true self, your capacity to lead effectively in organizations, for missions or causes or anything like that, is going to exponentially increase when you're really in that space. There might be a transitional period of awkwardness and discomfort because getting aligned with our true self isn't always easy. Sometimes we have to let go of things that we were doing, and it's not comfortable to do things in ways that we haven't been practicing. But I guarantee you, when you do, everything begins to change and you become so much more effective in everything that you're doing. And the other thing too, one last note here on this concept of leadership, is that we underestimate and we sell ourselves short around the concept of whether or not we are a leader. Because I guarantee many of you are, leading a family, parenting children, maybe the head of your PTA or volunteer committees, or organizing, community potlucks, or who knows what it is that you're doing. But all of those are leadership roles. Those are all moments in which you're stepping up, sharing your gifts, and other people are taking notice. Other people are following. Other people are going with you. Maybe even just to organize a movie date with a friend, or who knows what it is. But if you're the one stepping in to do that with your initiative, your gifts, your creative expression, then you are a leader. And don't sell yourself short around that. Start to understand that some of those subtle moments are the moments in which you're naturally stepping into your true self, because it's just who you are. It's just part of what you do. In these challenging relationships that we might have, maybe some people are really good at leading in a relationship. They're the ones who know how to have that conversation, that missing conversation that's not easy to have. And that's where they can step up and be the leader and not expect other people or everyone to know how to do that. Whereas that other person might be really good at leading in another way. Maybe they're amazing at organizing something or whatever it is. But we need to honor that we can practice leadership in all kinds of domains, but we need to acknowledge our capacity to lead in the domains that we're naturally good at leading in. So don't underestimate, don't sell yourself short. Honor the leader within you, and consider the question of whether or not you are being aligned with your true self and your true nature in order to be the leader that you're here to be. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.